Welcome back, everybody. Dimitri here. Today, obviously, we're talking about long-lasting perfumes. So I try to concentrate on perfumes that actually stick on your skin for at least 12 hours. Some of them will actually project a lot. Some of them will stay a little bit closer. That usually depends on whether it's an eau de toilette or an eau de parfum, because as you might know, or maybe not, eau de toilettes have a tendency to evaporate a lot faster than eau de parfum, meaning that the molecules of the perfume will just leave you as fast as they can, whereas an eau de parfum has a tendency to stick on your skin a little bit longer, but evaporates less, meaning that there is less sillage and people will smell you a lot less. But that does not mean that an eau de toilette might last less time than an eau de parfum. In some cases, what matters is the quality of the material used in the perfume. And I have perfumes from every single range here. I have niche, I have designers, I have very cheap perfumes, very expensive perfumes. So there is a bit of everything for every taste, every pocket. And bear in mind also that expensive perfumes don't always last longer than cheap perfumes. That is not the case at all. And that's the reason why I like to delve into everything when it comes to perfumery. High price tag never means that it will be better. Sometimes it actually is worse, to my surprise. So we're gonna start off with one of my favorite houses in the world is the house of Guerlain, which manages to put out so many quality scents for a very, very decent price, especially if you try looking for bottles on internet, that you're gonna be blown away. Now, if you need signature worthy scents that cost pennies, just focus on Guerlain, especially the Homme line, which has some of the most incredible masterpieces ever made in the history of perfumery. Starting off with L'Instant de Guerlain, which is an insane masterpiece according to me, which features basically cacao, patchouli, herbal notes, citrus notes. It's an incredible scent, guys, created by two master perfumers. One is Sylvain Delacourte and the other one is Béatrice Piguet. Now, Sylvain Delacourte is the creator of Insolence, which happens to be one of the most famous and biggest, boldest floral perfumes for the House of Guerlain. But talking about L'Instant, this actually changed. This was not sold in little bottles like this. Now, Guerlain decided to make a standard bottle for every one of their perfumes, the perfume line for the men. And this is what happens. This is basically the bottle that they used for Habit Rouge, for now they have it for Guerlain Homme, Héritage, etc., etc. Now, I picked up a 50 ml bottle for 23 euros, which is roughly $25. An insanely cheap perfume that will last at least 12 hours on your skin and will project a delicious sort of cocoa citrusy patchouli combination that is super intoxicating, super classy, specifically made for a man that wants to wear the same perfume all year round. This is a classic and hands down one of the best perfumes in my collection. So we're gonna stay with Guerlain, which also put out another perfume, if I can find it, that is incredible, guys. This is Héritage. Now, Héritage came out in 1991 or 1992, if I'm not mistaken. Jean-Paul Guerlain is the creator of this masterpiece. It features a wonderful sandalwood mixed with basically patchouli, lavender, citruses. It's a classic. This has been copied all over in the last 30 years. Guerlain just has so much to say when it comes to creating high quality perfumes, especially before the year 2000 and 2010 perhaps. They have been putting out pretty much only masterpieces with a few hiccups, but generally speaking, I don't know if you noticed that lately they kind of started going downhill simply because they started thinking that they should become as big as Christian Dior, which happens to be a company that also sells apparels for women and for men. They do a lot of other things that Guerlain does not do. Yet, in case you missed it, Guerlain started using famous faces for their publicity, such as Angelina Jolie, simply because they went into the mode where they need to make as much money as possible without putting as much quality in their scents anymore. I hope, honestly, I really hope they stop doing this and they just focus on the scent itself. And thank God this is one of the old school perfumes that Guerlain is known for, and honestly one of the greatest masterpieces from the house of Guerlain. Héritage. Amazing stuff, lasts easily 12 hours, easily. Another masterpiece, according to me, is none other than Antaeus by another house that I really love, one of my favorites. This is Chanel. This one was created in 1981, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, this is one of the most masculine scents ever created. This is just a classic. Probably your father or your grandfather used to wear this. It's an intoxicating, leathery, kind of bright, fresh, a little bit. It's quite explosive. It's enhanced probably by the typical. It's so good, guys. This is incredible. This will last easily more than 12 hours and project like crazy. I see maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing this perfume while shooting the movie Terminator. This would be the perfect scent for the Terminator. Honestly, this is for the bold men, the men that do not care about what other people think. It smells divine, it's assertive, it's a status symbol. It's one of those perfumes that you just cannot miss if you're a man. Alright, so Antaeus pour Homme. This is the eau de toilette version. This is quite a vintage splash bottle that I own, and it lasts a huge amount of time. But I also tried the new version. It pretty much smelled the same. Highest quality possible. Chanel is known to put out only quality stuff. It's one of the best brands ever. Niche and designer. There is no doubt about that. Now, another perfume that I consider a masterpiece is Knize Ten. This is an incredible leathery scent. This was created by Vincent Robert and François Coty. Now, François Coty is considered to be the creator of modern perfumery, whereas Vincent Robert is the man that actually gave us Iris Gris. None of us probably ever smelled it, but it is considered to be the greatest iris-based perfume of all times. If you go to the Osmothèque in France, you can actually go ahead and smell the original version. The Osmothèque, in case you did not know, is like a museum where all the vintage perfumes are kept and are available for the public to smell. So if you're curious about it, you should go check it out. And Vincent Robert also created Green Water, which has been redone in a modern twist nowadays from the house of Jacques Fat. So high quality master perfumers, they went hand in hand and made what is considered the most important leather scent of all times. This is what actually inspired Cuir de Russie, and it's pretty much the smoothest possible leather you could imagine. A gentleman's fragrance that basically features leathers, a smooth leather, carnation, geranium, and animalic notes. This is really a perfume for the gentleman from another century, and it's a staple in my collection. This is very similar to modern leathery scents, but not the ones that you actually might know as Tuscan leather, as Godolphin. It has nothing to do with that type of leather. This is the classy leather. It's an accord created in a laboratory that is very similar to Cuir Canage from the house of Dior, very similar to Cuir Fétiche and all those smooth, wonderful leathers that are reminiscent of a woman's high quality purse. Amazing stuff. So talking about amazing stuff, I could not leave this one out. This is New York Intense by the house of Nicolai. Nicolai, obviously, she is one of the nephews of Guerlain. I don't remember which Guerlain exactly, and anyhow, she's probably one of the greatest noses of the last 30 to 40 years, if not one of the greatest ever. And she created a perfume that is so captivating and so masculine and so balanced and so well made that I could not leave this out. This will last 12 hours, just as Knize Ten. I forgot to mention that it's a very long-lasting eau de toilette. This one is an eau de parfum that lasts just as long, and it just projects for at least 3 to 4 hours. You will smell divine with this one. And obviously, with all Parfums de Nicolai, you can expect very high quality materials for quite an affordable price. This is what I love about her perfumes. They're not excessively high priced, especially considering it's a niche brand. And honestly, if Guerlain was smart, they would just buy out Parfums de Nicolai and put Patricia de Nicolai as head perfumer of the brand, because she's just a genius. And the way Guerlain is going, as I said, a bit downhill, they would just restart gaining stocks if she was part of the team. But anyhow, that's what it is. So another one that I really like, guys, it's very affordable. This is a tobacco based perfume, but not a tobacco like you guys know it. This is not the syrupy, in your face ambery tobacco like Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. This is Tabacco by Profumi di Firenze. I picked up this for about 40 euros. It's a wonderful, bright tobacco, leafy perfume, sweet, but not sugary. It features a wonderful geranium and is perfectly balanced. This is a perfume for the man that needs to wear just 1 or 2 perfumes in his collection. Amazing, it will make an amazing signature scent. Of course, I'm a perfume addict, so I'm gonna have 1,000 more perfumes that I want, but honestly, I could see this being worn by an elegant person, even a woman. This is, as I said, sweet, but without ever becoming sugary. Perfectly made. This is one of the best Italian brands that I know. Some of them just go towards the cotton candy, caramelic, kumarinik style. This one just keeps things simple, balanced, affordable, will last you at least 12 hours on your skin, and will just emanate a very pleasing tobacco, a green tobacco scent. Amazing stuff, great stuff, and by one of the best Italian houses. Now, talking about great stuff, I have a perfume that is even more affordable. This is Encre Noire à l'Extrême. I picked up this for about 30 euros. This is a 100 ml. It's created by none other than Nathalie Lorson, who is the genius that came up with Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, and you might know her as the creator of Bentley Intense for Men. So yeah, she's really a master blender, and she manages to create some of the best blends with a very low budget. So if ever perfume house does not have a very high budget for the formula cost, they call her and she makes miracles. This is one of the best dark vetiver based perfumes in existence. This is quite gothic. It features the same vetiver as the original Encre Noire, but enhanced by a wonderful benzoin, which is a wonderful vanillic note that perfectly complements the rooty, earthy character of that vetiver. Encre Noire is amazing, guys. It will leave a crazy good sillage around you. People will wonder, what is this smell? It can maybe put you off the first time you smell it, and you might be like, oh, this is too dark. But just give it 5 to 10 minutes, guys, and it will just start being more balanced and emanating a wonderful golden sillage. It's a fantastic scent, one that I always use during colder weather, colder times. Now, another one that I use during cold times, this is a bit more expensive, but nevertheless an amazing scent. Unfortunately, I'm almost done with it. This is Benjoin Boheme by the house of Diptyque. This is from their Boulevard collection, I think. I'm not really certain about it. Anyhow, I don't know who the perfumer behind this is, but he is a genius. He managed to create a very simple perfume that simply features a few notes. The two most important ones are patchouli and benzoin. And this to me is the best benzoin-based perfume that there is so far. An amazing, not gourmand, but very edible type of perfume. I do not like gourmands usually, but this is on the verge of being one. But it doesn't feature those synthetic notes that replicate foods, etc. This is just gourmand because of that benzoin, which is slightly vanillic, and it's mixed with a wonderful patchouli that never becomes too earthy and dirty. This is just perfection, coziness, a wonderful perfume for spring, summer nights, and maybe for sure for autumn and winter. Wonderful stuff. Benjoin Boheme. Now, I'm sorry I don't have a bottle to show you. Mine fell off, splattered in 1,000 pieces, and my heart was broken alongside with it. But I do own a sample that I will show you, and I'll let you know that another one that I really love and features patchouli just like Benjoin Boheme, but a bit dirtier and more animalic and edgy, is Psychedelique by the house of Jovoy. Actually, it's named Jovoy. And honestly, guys, to me, this is the #1 patchouli fragrance in existence so far, and I've tried many. I didn't try Coromandel, which happens to be one of the most famous patchouli-based perfumes ever. I did order a decant. Now we have a lot of time to spend at home, and what I'm doing is basically ordering perfumes and decants and samples, etc. So this is also the reason why I'm shooting more videos. And honestly, Psychedelique is perfection. It's basically a vanillic patchouli, but it's completely different from Benjoin Boheme. This is even longer lasting. This will last easily 20 hours on your skin. I mean, you wake up, even though you take a shower at night, you wake up still smelling of this. It has a wonderful base. This is one of the best base ever. It's a vanillic, edible, vanilla, spicy, slightly dirty on top. It's a wonderful perfume, guys. I have no words to explain how much I love this, and honestly, I think I will do a full review as soon as I get my new bottle coming up. And give this a try, guys. One of the best patchoulis ever, according to me, if not the best. Next, we have a staple in my collection, and in every man that has a respectable collection for sure. This is Dior Homme Intense. This is one of the best designer scents of all time, created by François de Machy, who actually had to tweak a few things from the original, which was the greatest perfume from Dior ever created, I think. None other than Dior Homme, which was actually made by Olivier Polge, the son of Jacques Polge. So basically, de Machy had an easy life. He didn't have to do much. The actual creator of this beauty is Monsieur Polge. So hats off to him. This, everybody knows it. You don't need to get any explanation. You know it will last an eternity. It will project a wonderful cotton candy-ish iris, lipsticky, on the verge of being metrosexual. This is one of those perfumes that you could probably just put in a shot glass and drink. It's so good, so good. Okay, another one that is almost edible is, sorry guys if I'm going fast, but I don't want this video to last 40 minutes, which could easily be the case considering I have 20 fragrances at least. This is Absolute Aphrodisiac by the house of Initio. And this is a monstrous fragrance. I bought this for my girlfriend because I love the way it smells on her. This is the perfect vanilla perfume for women. So in case you're into vanillas, ladies, do not be afraid by the fact that this has animalic notes such as castoreum, because it's basically a castoreum made in a laboratory that simply enhances the vanilla. And do not listen to the reviewers that actually say that this is a masculine vanilla, because there is no such thing. Vanillas are either feminine or unisex. So the way I see this is that basically the skin from women enhance all the sweet facets of this scent, meaning that you will simply get a gorgeous vanilla and leave a scent trail that is to die for. So dive into this. This easily lasts 20 hours on anybody's skin, even if your skin is as dry as the Sahara Desert. There is no way this does not last. Absolute Aphrodisiac by Initio. Now, another staple in my collection, something that I love with all my heart, is Champaca Absolute. This features some of the best notes known to perfumery. I don't know why it's not very talked about. This is from the Tom Ford private collection. So it basically features simply the note of Champaca, cognac, which is a note that is to die for when done properly, and marron glacé, which is basically caramelized chestnuts, but this never becomes a gourmand. This is my ultimate floral perfume that there is. This should come attached with a Bentley when you buy it. It's a wonderful concoction that will just leave an intoxicating scent trail for 12 hours straight up, even 15 hours if your skin allows it. It's amazing. Amazing stuff. Champaca Absolute, one of my greatest perfumes in my collection. So talking about greatest, I have a perfume by the master perfumer Francis Courchon. I could not live him out. He managed to create some of the greatest perfumes in modern perfumery, namely Le Mal. The new formulation of Le Mal is terrible, guys. Do not even give it a try. It's just a synthetic mess. Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mal used to be the best clubbing fragrance in the world. Nowadays, it's terrible. So try the flankers, but do not go for the original, which is a horrible, nasty, screechy thing. People should start crying when thinking about how good Le Mal was, and now it's terrible. But anyhow, I'm talking about Oud by the house of Maison Francis Courchon. Guys, this is not satin mood, this is not silk mood, this is simply Oud. This is the perfect LME perfume. So do not expect to feel the oud in this one. This is basically a resinous, sweet perfume that will last easily 14 to 15 hours. And honestly, it would be a great scent for a female. I love to spray this on my girlfriend, and honestly it just leaves this intoxicating, mysterious scent trail that no other perfume leaves. It's the most unique perfume, one of the most unique perfumes that I have laid my nose on, and obviously with the blending capabilities of Francis Courchon, you could not expect less than that. And to be honest, when it comes to his house, I love all the unisex perfumes, I love the men's perfume, but I'm not very happy with the women line. Honestly, he could have done a little bit better, but anyhow, he is still one of the greatest, for sure. Next, I have a scent by none other than Pisara Ploi Umawijani, which is one of those master blenders that managed to create such a big ripple effect in the perfume community in the last 5 years that it's impossible to leave one of her creations out. I'm talking about Erawan, which happens to be one of the most natural smelling beauties in my collection. This is basically a walk in a tropical forest surrounded by all sorts of florals and woody notes. And to my surprise, this one lasts a long time. This lasts at least 12 hours on my skin. It would make a perfect signature scent for someone who wants to stand out of the normal standards of what a man or woman should smell like. This is like a futuristic fougere, kind of vanillic, kind of very hay prominent. It's a wonderful concoction. I made a full review in my last video. Check it out, guys. Dusita by the Erawan by the house of Dusita. An amazing, amazing, amazing perfume, guys. I'm at a loss for words. Now, what other amazing perfumes do we have? This is Safari Extreme by the house of Abdul Samad Al Qurashi. This one actually won the 2015 Arabian Oscars of Perfumery, if I'm not mistaken. It's an incredible blend. It might not be for all the Western noses, but to me, this is a glorious, sensual perfume that I would see maybe Aladdin wearing while he's flying on his red carpet. This is one of those perfumes for the 1001 Arabian Nights. A gorgeous floral, vanillic, sweat-like perfume. I heard some People say that it's similar to Tom Ford Tuscan leather. It has nothing to do with Tom Ford Tuscan leather, nothing. I don't know where that comes from. This is just a deep, glorious perfume that will last an eternity, guys. Do not wear this if you have to go to dinner, because you will basically kill everybody around you. This is something for special event, cocktails. It's a clubbing perfume, something that you need to spray only when you want to grab the attention of everybody and you're not afraid to do so. This is unapologetic. It comes in a wonderful cut glass case. As you can see, this is heavy. This is like maybe almost 1 kilogram. I am not kidding you guys. One of the most luxurious perfumes that I own for sure. Safari Extreme, Abdul Samad Al Qurashi. Now, talking about luxury, I have two perfumes from the same brand, so I'm just gonna feature them one alongside each other. This is none other than Lyric Man and Gold Man by the house of Amouage. The first one we're gonna talk about is Gold. This was created by Guy Robert, one of the greatest noses of all times, the man behind Equipage by Hermès, the man that created Calèche. He created some of the greatest perfumes ever, guys. This is bold, unapologetic, animalic, floral perfume that is worthy of a president, worthy of royalty, something that I wear with a lot of attention because it is so powerful that 2 sprays will last you an eternity. Beware, guys. One of the best perfumes from the house of Amouage. This, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have Lyric Man, which is, to me, the best rose-based perfume that there is. This is a soapy, lemony, incensey rose, a very bright rose that will actually stick on your skin. This is perfect for summer days and summer nights. This is wonderful for spring and summer, but you can actually wear it all year round because it is so powerful that even during the winter and the cold days, you will feel it and you will get lots of compliments with this one. This is the perfume that I cannot wear outside of the house unless I spray myself while hiding because my girlfriend will not allow me to use it. She doesn't want me to go out with this because she says I smell too good. So guys, if you want to smell too good, give this a try and it will last all day. So it's a dangerous perfume to own. Very dangerous stuff. Glorious. Now we're gonna go to one of the houses that I don't hear a lot of talk about, and it's so underrated yet it's so good. This is MDCI. And MDCI is a Roman number that stands for 1601. So I don't know why he decided to create a brand that features that number. Maybe because of Renaissance. Maybe because this stands as one of those perfumes that encapsulates what greatness in perfumery is. And Chypre Palatin I am talking about. Chypre Palatin is probably my favorite Chypre perfume of all times. And this is nothing like Mitsuko, nothing like all the Chypre that you know. This is a sweet, ambery, vanillic, balsamic, woody, spicy Chypre. This has everything in one perfume. It has so many notes, it's impossible to remember them, and this would make the perfect signature scent for an elegant man. It is a wonderful perfume that will easily last 15 hours. I receive many compliments while wearing this. I'm getting a full bottle as soon as this one actually finishes. And honestly, it's an incredible perfume. And the creator, of course, could be none other than Bertrand Duchaufour. He needs no introduction. He's one of the greatest of the modern times. So give this one a try. Another great perfume, obviously, from one of the best blenders of modern perfumery. I have 2 that we're going to be talking about from him. This is actually his 7 ml samples, Rouge à Dove. Now, this guy is, he's so talented, guys. His perfumes are excessively expensive, but some of them are actually worth it. Now, the first one we're going to be talking about is Enigma. Now guys, Enigma happens to be, it's hard to see, guys, happens to be the best cognac-based perfume in existence. This features tobacco, cognac, woody notes, It's such a cozy perfume that becomes vanillic at some point. It's honestly totally worthy of its price. I'm picking up a bottle when this is finishing, and actually this one is Diaghilev. Guys, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, and this is Enigma. As you can see, the juice is a bit darker. Anyhow, this, guys, is probably the best cozy fragrance in existence. Will easily last 24 hours. I mean, I take showers and still smell this thing on me. Always manages to get compliments. You can even go for the cologne version. It will last just as long. It does not have the deep rich top notes that the Parfum has, but it's still an amazing perfume. One that you might not actually like the first time that you smell it. You might be like, oh, this is hyped up, this is not as good. But I found out that most Roja perfumes are of the type that you need to discover them little by little, and every time you wear them you discover new notes, new facets, and at some point you find yourself craving for them, especially with this one. Enigma is an intoxicating, addictive perfume, so give it a try, guys. Next, of course, as I was showing you before, we have Diaghilev, which happens to be one of the greatest Chypres of all time, and to be honest, this is my favorite Chypre, and this is my second favorite Chypre. Unfortunately, it is so expensive that honestly, when you buy a bottle of this, it should just lend you the keys for a Lamborghini car, and that would be the perfect match right there. Diaghilev and Lamborghini, or Rolls Royce, whatever. This is the perfume that you need to wear at special events when you want to be more elegant than anybody else, when you need to overpower anybody else. This will last an excessively long time, guys. It will project like crazy and is considered to be one of the greatest perfumes from the Roja Dove line for good reason. This is like Mitsuko taken to the Olympus of fragrances. Honestly, a wonderful aldehydic Chypre. Fantastic stuff, very bright, effervescent, and worthy of a full review, which will come up in the future for sure. So I think that's it, guys. And I kept the best for the last. I couldn't leave this out, not only because it just smells so good, but because it will last such a long time that you will only need 1 or 2 sprays tops. This is Fragrance du Bois-Sahraa Oud. Guys, this is like wearing a golden cape. This is like the kind of perfume that I don't know who could wear this. Maybe Superman could wear this. Ryan Reynolds, George Clooney, maybe Brad Pitt. This is like the most luxurious stuff that I own to this date. The most intoxicating, non-skanky, sweet, woody, milky oud-based perfume in existence. It is mixed with some floral notes that simply help the blend to be rounded, but the main player here is the high-quality oud from these guys who happen to cultivate oud trees themselves. They use the oils from their cultivations to create some of the best blends in existence. Yes, this is expensive, but it's honestly worthy of its price tag, especially Sahara Oud, which happens to be my favorite out of the whole collection. And like, guys, this is seriously out of this world, and you can just feel the quality as soon as you apply it, and it will just intoxicate everybody around you, and people will be curious to know what the heck are you wearing, because this is so different from anything that you've ever tried. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I really appreciate you sticking around until the end. If you actually like the video, please subscribe. It is so important and vital to me that you subscribe to this video and you like the video as well. It will just help me out so much. Now, I thank you very much, and I see you again soon.